Hey you there! What are you doing at my private beach? Anyways, now that you're here, you can have a look at what I've built. This is my own personal beach. I live here now because I built it. It took me some time to do it, but I've now finished my own beach. And what would a beach be without an ocean? As you can see, this is a super flat world. It's a creative world, but I wouldn't have tried this in a survival world because I have a life outside of Minecraft and outside of gaming too. Yeah, let me show you around. I have my super flat world here, but one day I decided I want to build an ocean. You shouldn't be seeing too much now. I'll show you around later, but for the first impression, look at what I've built. It's an ocean. It's in a creative world, admittedly, but still. It's not something that you do in a couple of minutes. Let me show you how I did that. You see, this is how a super flat world normally looks, and I couldn't stand my world to any longer look like any usual super flat world. So I started land sculpting a little bit. Yeah, I placed a little lake here, and now it's not too tiny little, but now I say it's little because I started on my next project over there, as you can see, but this was my first try. Just taking a big chunk of land out of the land and putting something else in. That was how I started my lake. But today I'm gonna start with my bigger lake, my ocean. And I thought it would be nice to use a shovel, but this is a creative world, so I don't need a shovel. I can just start like that. So this is gonna be the first block of dirt that I'm gonna take away. It's gone. But this is just one small step for CyberzerK and an even smaller step for mankind. But one block starts it, and now I have to dig out a couple of millions more. So let's get into it. I'm just trying to make a little first outline. Oh man, this is gonna take forever. What have I gotten myself into? What has CyberzerK gotten himself into this time? Oh. Okay, talk to you later when I have dug out a little bit, at least, I guess. But first I wanted to show you how I started on my first ocean project, my tiny little lake at the middle of my world, which was the middle of my world. I started by getting rid of the bedrock, but I didn't want to repeat that for the ocean as well because it's way too tedious. Instead, with my ocean, I just let the bedrock be. So I had a bottom of my ocean. So it's a really shallow ocean compared to the lake, but it's way bigger. And bigger is always better, isn't it? Yeah, make the islands look more like islands, and then at the end I just placed ice on top of it, which I melt in the next step with heat sources like lamps, and you have a full body of water. Then you don't have to put every bucket of water in. And the last step is just to get rid of the heat sources of the lamps. And then you have a lake. And then I continued on my real ocean. I started just digging a general shape out of the land, and no matter day or night, no matter rain or sunshine, I just kept on digging like a complete moron and didn't even remember that there are better means to accomplish what I try to accomplish. But I will get to that later. At first it was just a lot of digging. And building too. I had to make some islands in the middle and had to make them look as if they were islands and not just blocks looking out of the water. So I had to make a little shoreline for the entirety of my ocean, really. Between each of the different steps I did to make my ocean, I will show you a little bit around in my world itself. Yeah, and this is one of the first biomes that I introduced. It's an ice biome, obviously. I started with it, I think it was the 4th day that I had this world. This little tiny desert came a little bit later. But yeah, at the beginning it was just this tower that I built. And I still remember the horse. It's been standing here since day one. And another thing that I did relatively early was trying to build a automatic double door. Not Dumbledore, but double door. And this is how I finally, after I'm not kidding you, weeks of tweaking, I finally managed to build me some automatic double doors from scratch. And now they really work and I can do them in all instances. But yeah, you might laugh at me because you're a redstone specialist or just a man who understands a little bit about redstone, but I'm a real noob to redstone contraptions. And this is the first automated double door that I tried to build, and as you can see, I never got it to work. And I've nearly lost sleep and lost weight and cried all night in my bed because of this, because I couldn't get it to work. I wanted it in my survival world. I can show you how I built it in my survival world, I think. Yeah, welcome to the zoo. This is my oldest survival world. And here I finally got it to work properly. I even hid all the redstone behind walls. Yeah, and that first try in my creative world, it could have never worked, really, if you look at it. And I'm trying to build a kind of a human flipper machine, and I'm gonna show you. But before I do such a maneuver, you know what I have to do. Put on safety gear, because safety actually matters. I know this is just a computer game, but if I would do this in real life, I would put a helmet on too. True, I have to stand a little bit back, like here. Yeah, you saw that? It punched me to the side. The first house I built in this world. Of course, automated double doors. I love them. And this is not too special. It's just that I have a place to sleep and put all my stuff. I know I don't need this stuff, but I love it, and I think it's totally handy if you got if you don't have to go into the inventory all of the time. Let's return to the ocean real quick and see if there's a better way to dig. Maybe TNT. Yeah, this will definitely speed up the process. I was digging for weeks, Minecraft days, mind you, but this looks tedious as well, but it isn't, I promise you. It was just 1 or 2 days putting down TNT while I was digging for weeks before. So this is an improvement. And now I'm gonna stop talking because now the explosions will soon start, and I don't want to ruin the explosions with my talking. So take a look. And while doing this, I found out something really interesting about Minecraft. If you compare Minecraft to the real world, It's much nicer to have exploding landscapes in Minecraft than in the real world. So it looks like the ocean is done finally, minus the water. But let me show you a little more of my world. Stupid zombie kid. Get out of here. So what you see here is a mirrored portal room which goes to the nether. If you want to, you can write me in the comments if you know, if you think you know how I've done this mirror effect. But I can also just simply tell you here. If you go down, this room is just mirrored upside down at the bottom, together with the portal. So no reflecting blocks used. It's just optical trickery. So yeah, I love this mirror effect. Not too shabby, I think, but of course if you compare this to the real building geniuses like Grian, then it's really just the work of a child. And this next thing that I'm about to show you is by no means my design, but I think I saw it with Pixelriss. He built this piston ball track, I should say, and how that works I'm gonna show you now. But first, you know what we gotta do, because safety actually matters. Let me put on my very hard hat. And now I show you how this works. Pew! You saw that? That's really quick. Yeah, that's a diagonal piston bolt track. I love them very much, but I only have built one in my creative world because it actually takes a lot of resources. Do something else real quick, cause look at that. If one of you thinks he knows how I did that I just have one side of a block floating in the air, you can write it in the comments, but I can actually just show you. If you walk around, you see real quick that is just optical trickery once again. I just made one block for the shadow, and each dot is 4 blocks in the shadowed blocks, if you will, in the shadowed letters. So this is how you do that. I'm sure that another one had this idea before me and did this eons ago, but I just stumbled upon it the other day. Let's go back to my ocean so I can show you how I began with the next step, which is to bring in the water, and we do that with ice. Lots and lots and lots of ice. Oodles of ice, if you will. It's really a lot of ice. Have I told you by any chance about my medical condition? I have this medical condition where I got songs stuck to my head. Sometimes a lot of them at the same time. Blocco su blocco, costruire un mare per me. Questo è troppo, roba da matti lentamente. Che cosa faccio come un pazzo? Hey, you got a problem? What do you think you're doing here? Stupid zombie, what's in your head? In your head? Arrow, 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 oh, oh, what's in your head? So I just started to fill the hole that I created up with ice, which in the next step we're gonna turn into water by placing heat sources upon them. I first tried out a couple of them. I decided against the frog lights because I used them in my world just for lighting's sake. But I tried most of them out, and in the end I decided for lava blocks. Yeah, this is my testing grounds, and then after I placed down the lava blocks I just had to get rid of them, and voila! You have yourself an ocean full of water. But let's go back to my world real quick. Oh, it's you again. Yeah, this is a place I come to relax a little bit. It's a little throne at the end of the world. This is under my world, and the reason I got this here is because I decided I make myself a ravine here, and spruced it up a little with stained glass, red and green. And now you know most of my creative world, but still you haven't seen the ocean in its entirety, and this is one of the things that I'm gonna show you next. Hello again. So it's daytime again. This is my beach spot I showed you before. I have to spice it up with some palm trees, I think, but that's a project for another day. This is my cooler for the beach. It's full of drinks and even something to eat. I forgot to put an ice block inside so it stays frigid inside. I think it really looks like a little mini fridge or something. So now it's starting to rain. That's good. No, it's really not good. I have to wait until the weather is better, I think, so that you can see more. Looks like the rain is gonna stay a little longer. It has been raining for a couple of minutes, and I don't think it's gonna get better anytime soon. So let me show you another thing that I made. This is really not too fancy, but I love the design. It's a dispenser filled with spawn eggs and a daylight sensor on top of it. So every day, every morning and every evening, it drops one of the spawn eggs, and this helps me populate my world with mobs that I like. For example, cats and parrots. While I use this one here to populate the ocean with marine creatures. The dispenser spits out randomly different ones of the spawn eggs, so you have a selection by chance, if you will, which animals. Oh hey, that's one of my friends. I saved his life. He was swimming in the ocean a while ago and I saved his life. Maybe I have footage of it. If not, yeah, let's wait a little longer until the weather is better. So now we are back. I even had time to get myself dressed up in normal clothes and put away my swim gear. But now it's time to show you around. So let's go. What you see in the background there, that is most parts of my of my creative world. But now we have a little reveal of the ocean that I built. You ready? Here goes nothing. You can really not see the edges even from high above. It's getting a little clearer that this isn't an infinite ocean when you get to this point, because you can see the land on the other side appearing out of the fog. But yeah, other than that, I think it's a really nice little tiny ocean, I think, with its own ice biome here on the edge. Let's have a look at the 4 horsemen. Oh no! They're standing in the water. Get out, you silly putty! What are you doing? If he likes that better, I let him I let them do what they want. So there have to be some snow golems that I put here. I put another dispenser here, I should say. Polar bears and snow golems are spawned so that I have a little bit of snow in the snowy regions. And on this is on, it is on, it's no, it's not on the, is it on that island, or there was another dispenser? That's that one here. Yep. So when you look inside, this is also mainly sea creatures, but yeah, this is also helping me to populate the ocean. Yeah, this is how an ocean looks that you build and creative with your own hand. Not block for block, but in the beginning it was block for block, and TNT it helped a lot, but yeah, it was painstakingly slow at some point where I was really contemplating quitting this, but I'm glad that I pulled through, because I like this ocean, and now the world doesn't look so super flat as before anymore. It looks like a what am I trying to say here? It looks better. That's what I'm trying to say, I suppose. It looks way better, I think. So what do you think? What could be my next projects here in this world? I have a lot of things that I want to do. Just some things on the back of my mind. I like to play around with perspective and letters, especially. I love to write stuff. I have a graphic design background, so I'm always trying around with perspective and letters. I like this thing I built there, complete with shadow and everything. I love to do this kind of stuff, really. Yeah, what I want to do next is build some really tall mountains somewhere in the back, build some really tall letters, something like CyberzerK across the sky. I'm really fond of my name. And build yeah, a lot of small little things to make this world look even way less than a super flat world, but more like a real world, if you will. I want to experiment a little bit more with glass, so do some glass mountains or hills maybe, or a glass landscape. I have to see how I can do that, and endlessly laying down train tracks, respectively minecart tracks, because I love the minecart aspect in Minecraft, and building roller coasters and stuff like that. Yeah, I have a automatic dispenser here. I also stole that from Pixel Riffs, but that's alright, because I think he also stole it from someone else. But if you come here with the minecart, it gets taken off the track by this cactus and goes back into here into the dispenser, and if you press this, you get the minecart back. And I really love this design. After years of playing Minecraft, I'm still at the beginning, and I'm a real noob to redstone. But yeah, I have tons of ideas what I could do to this world and to other worlds, and if you got another idea that I didn't mention, what I could do to this world to make it even more believable, or less looking like a super flat world, then write it down in the comments. Also like and subscribe if you want to. I won't say no to that. And also tell me what you think about this idea of building a complete ocean in a super flat creative world. Okay, that's true, but still it was a lot of work, and now that it's done, I'm really glad that I did it. So this is really just a very big lake. Not a real ocean, but who can tell the difference? If I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know. I'm gonna get down once again. Whee! Splash. Yeah. There you have it. My ocean. Now, leave me alone. I gotta go play other games than Minecraft for once since 2 weeks or so. It was nice with you, but now you have to go.